Welcome to the Voice of the Student podcast, where real student stories meet the science of well-being, energy, and learning. I'm Dr. Kelley Spence, a well-being specialist, education advocate, and author of The Voice of the Student, here to help reimagine education so that teachers are better resourced, students are truly seen, and classrooms become places where both can thrive. This space is dedicated to you, the hardworking teacher and educator, offering grounded, science-backed, energetically aware strategies to support your well-being so your classroom can better meet and exceed the needs of your unique 21st century students. Take a breath, settle in, and let's explore how caring for your nervous system, your intention, and your energy is one of the most powerful ways to transform education from the inside out. Everything in this movement to reimagine education for both teachers and students rests on a simple truth. When we regulate the adult nervous system first, we create the conditions for adolescent brains to feel safe enough to learn, take risks, and engage more fully in the education experience. When your body is grounded and your energy is intentional, you can design a classroom that works with, not against, the teenage brain, so well-being and learning rise together. Students in my pilot study told me they can feel the difference between rules that are put on them and agreements that are created with them. Rules often feel like something to push against. Agreements feel more like a shared commitment that everyone, including you, is accountable to. From a well-being perspective, co-created agreements reduce power struggles and decision fatigue. Instead of constantly reacting, you and your students can return to something you built together. Like, what did we say we wanted this room to feel like? And how are we doing with that? You don't need a full week-long unit to do this. You can build co-created agreements in 1 or 2 class periods by first asking open-ended questions, like what helps you feel safe, respected, and able to learn in a classroom? Or what makes it harder to learn or be yourself? Or what do you need from me and from each other? Then you can gather their responses on the board or in a shared document, and group their ideas into 4 to 6 themes, like respect, effort, listening, honesty, or support. Then you can turn those themes into student-friendly we statements, such as, we listen to understand, not just respond. We speak to each other with respect, even when we disagree. And we take care of our space because we share it. Then add your own needs as the teacher. I'll do my best to be prepared, consistent, and clear. And I ask that you, like come to class prepared and focused on the task at hand or whatever you most desire of them. Module 2 of the Engage Classroom online course offers scripts, question prompts, and examples for creating expectations and agreements with your students, including how to weave in ideas like the 4 agreements that we'll cover in an upcoming podcast episode, so your classroom norms support both wellness and academic success. One powerful shift is to include an agreement that names your well-being too. One example might be we respect each other's humanity, including our teachers. That means we communicate honestly and kindly, and we recognize that everyone has hard days. Then when students see you're also a human being with feelings and limits, it can soften the us versus them dynamic and model mutual care. Why not try a 1-week experiment? If you already have rules posted, try revisiting them with your students. Ask, how do these rules feel to you? What would you change if you could? Then invite them to rename or rewrite at least one rule as a shared agreement. Then refer back to that agreement throughout the week. Like, remember, this is what we said we wanted. And notice whether referencing our agreement feels different in your body than saying, those are the rules. Many teachers find that agreements feel less adversarial and more collaborative, which reduces stress for everyone. When you co-create agreements, you're not giving away your authority. You're just using it differently. You are choosing to lead with your students rather than at them. And in doing so, you create a classroom culture that supports both their nervous systems and your own. You don't have to carry the classroom alone. Let your agreements help hold the space with you and co-collaborate together with your students. Thank you for spending this time with the Voice of the Student. Here, teacher well-being is not an afterthought, it's the foundation. When the adult nervous system is grounded, classrooms become safer, more human spaces where the adolescent brain can finally exhale, engage, and thrive. And if this episode sparked ideas for your classroom, share them below. And imagine what's possible with a step-by-step roadmap and a community of educators doing this work alongside you. And head over to thevoicesstudent.com to learn more about my foundational self-paced online course, The Engaged Classroom, and my educator training, The Reimagined Educator Method, both designed to help you transform the teacher-student experience with science-backed tools, intentional classroom energy, and sustainable habits that work in real schools with real students. If this episode supported you, please like, subscribe, and follow The Voice of the Student and share it with one teacher friend. Together, we can elevate the teacher-student experience, one nervous system, one class, one student, one teacher, and one school at a time. Your energy, your intention, and your voice matter more than you know. So listen, innovate, and educate. Thanks for listening and all that you do. Until next time on The Voice of the Student.